about?
Stop.
Wait, I'm genuinely confused as to what word you're referring to.
Cunt.
Oh,
Yeah, that one.
I thought you were like
Say it.
offended at the idea of a baby popping like a water balloon.
I have a new shirt
Did
coming
it
out.
actually? I want to look up the
No,
comic
it doesn't.
panel.
It doesn't.
No.
She falls on the baby and smothers
I have
to
it.
death.
I have a new
As they're
shirt
getting
coming
shot
out.
at.
It's a QR code, and
Oh,
like
here it
then
is.
it leads to hexadecimal, and then you translate the hexadecimal to binary, and then you translate the binary into cunt.
And then
Don't-
you spin
don't
around
sass
3
me.
times and look at it.
I just turned into this family is irrational. This is racist.
So PBat, we're sorry we said cunt.
It's okay.
I'm not sorry.
I ain't
little
sorry
bitch.
for shit. Fuck you, MP.
Hey, come on, this is a family-friendly stream.
This
Bro,
isn't.
it's not
No,
a
it's
stream,
not.
it's a podcast.
Yo, you seen that Old Navy tweet? You better know it's not.
Wait, what is this Old Navy shit too you guys
Oh,
are going
you
on
don't
about?
know?
I don't know!
Old Navy tweeted a picture of a family, but the family was interracial, so all the customers are like, I'm boycotting you. You shouldn't be pushing
What?
this shit. I fucking hate your clothes. I'll never shop there again. Like, listen, you're shopping at Old Navy for $8 tank tops, and you're against, like, people having rights. You are literally the shittiest people
Hold
on
on,
the
hold
planet.
on.
Wait,
hold
wait,
on.
what-
The important thing here is that 90% of these people who are complaining had something to do with the Donald Trump support in their Twitter icon.
Yes, dude.
Oh, wow, that's so weird.
that
What are
that
the
makes me
odds
think
of
they're
that?
trolling, though.
They could be.
Maybe, but that has to be like one well-orchestrated troll, right?
I think the funniest thing on all of it is one dude says, "Why are you promoting slavery? The white man clearly owns the black woman and is using her child as a jacket."
Oh,
I read that
God.
and I was just laughing this morning because that's actually hilarious.
Even Old
so after
Navy.
I read that, I was like, none of this is real. It's
Old
gotta be
Navy
a
is
joke.
like, okay, how can we help you?
See, even the term Old Navy sounds like a slave corporation. It sounds like a slave trading company. Welcome to the Old Navy. Get in line, boy. And with that, welcome to episode number 26
me.
of Podcast Simulator. I'm Smatter. Gentlemen, say hello.
Hi, I'm PBat.
Hi,
Black
that's-
gentleman.
We're all gentlemen now that JC ain't here.
Rest in peace, JC.
Yeah, his computer is MIA.
What does that
he,
stand for?
he knows where it is.
Oh, okay. It's just in a box or something.
Yeah.
All right, who's praying today? I prayed last time.
What?
You're
What do you
praying
mean?
We're doing a
again.
pray, remember? I'm praying again. Hello.
Hi, I'm PBat.
Hi,
Black
that's-
gentleman.
We're all gentlemen now that JC ain't here.
Rest in peace, JC.
Yeah, his computer is MIA.
What does that stand for?
He knows where it is.
Oh, okay. It's just in a box or something.
Yeah.
All right, who's praying today? I prayed last time.
What?
You're
What do you
praying
mean?
We're doing a
Again.
pray, remember? I'm praying again.
We're doing a pray.
Yeah, we're doing a pray. All right.
I'll pray, whatever.
All right. Yeah,
all right,
do
all
it.
right, all right.
All right, everyone bow your heads, please.
Okay.
No, none of this Old Navy shit either.
Yeah.
All right.
All
I want a
right.
real prayer.
I want a
Okay.
lean prayer.
All right.
Lean.
Lord Jesus, may you bless our lives with Old Navy.
Frate!
I would like to thank you for PBat Eat. I would like to thank you for getting me into the Overwatch beta before everyone else, especially Smatter. I'd like to thank you for still not giving Smatter Overwatch access. And I think that's it. Amen.
Amen.
That was not a prayer. That was just a curse upon me.
I mean, the curse has already been put upon you when you didn't get into the Overwatch beta. I didn't do. I just amplified it.
Oh my god. I hate you so much. But it doesn't matter. Your curse means nothing. It means nothing for another literally 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Well, and
Well,
then actually
fair.
maybe it'll start again though in a week from 24 hours.
We'll see.
You know, I was totally unclear about that, about when the beta, like, one, when the beta started, and two, if it would just continue until the game launched, but it doesn't.
No, it's what, for like 3 days or 2 days?
Yeah, no, it's for a week.
Oh, is it a week? Oh.
Yeah.
It's from
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I didn't really keep
Excuse me.
track because I've already played it for like 6 months. So it
Ah,
doesn't matter.
stop it!
You're getting 8 right now. That is saying.
Ugh. Yeah, so Brandon and I were talking about it before the show, before we threw it live. Like, it's super unclear when this early access beta is starting, right? They just put a thing out, like a schedule, and
The little map thing?
yeah, and it's like, oh, when is it going to be live in your area? And it looks like, oh, I see why. Oh, the map makes it. Okay, I was so confused as to whether or not it started on the 3rd for early access or the 2nd, but it's the 2nd if you live on God's side of the earth,
Yeah.
which is
Nice.
the Western
I-
Hemisphere.
I'm
God-
pretty sure God's
one
side
nation.
is the side that
One
has
nation
God.
under God.
That's right.
So PBat doesn't get to play until the 3rd.
Hey, I already got to play.
Because you're from fucking... where are you from?
I got to play like January 3rd.
You were playing like November 3rd. That's when it launched.
Don't. It doesn't matter because remember, PBat had to suck a lot of dick to get in. I remember.
I mean,
I remember he was.
I would say a lot.
Wait a second. If you had to suck dick to get in, I would have been in before the game was even finished.
Damn it.
There would have been more Blizzard devs finished than the game.
I get it.
Oh, come on, guys.
Okay.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
By the way, Dad, don't listen to episode 26.
Yeah, my father, please, if you're listening, stop now.
It's too late now.
If my dad is also Tracer, right? So yes, it will launch tomorrow for 7 o'clock for the God's people, which is great. Because like people are like, no, it's the 3rd, but this map is pretty damn clear. Ugh. Thank the fucking Lord. Alright, so 1 week ago today, all of us, well actually, I was back home by now. 1 week ago was PAX. Let's talk PAX retrospective. Alright? First of all, what did we look forward to going into PAX?
Star Fox Zero.
Star Fox Zero.
Star Fox Zero.
Brandon,
You're right, and I still don't because it's not good.
Actually, that it is very good.
Stop.
I really enjoy it.
You know what else is very good to a lot of people? Ben and Jerry's ice cream, but it's not very
Ben
good.
and Jerry's
it's
is
average
fine.
at best. It's average at best.
It's not average at best. The great state of Vermont? Fucking, are you kidding me? That's their biggest export. It's Vermont, right? Ben and Jerry's is Vermont?
Who fucking knows,
I
man?
don't know. Wait, Brandon, do you have a Wii U?
Yes.
Okay, get Star Fox Zero. If
No.
No. Listen, if you genuinely do not like it, I will pay you for it. But I am confident if you give it a chance, you'll like it.
I won't.
You will.
I won't.
Why?
Okay,
hold on. Why
here's my
won't you?
question.
Because you're saying you don't like it, but you never even played it. So how
Here's
can
my
you say you don't
question.
like it? What's your
Because I
question?
didn't like the previous iterations of
How
Star
are the-
Fox, going
how-
back to Star Fox 64.
You didn't mean that.
I like 64.
Okay.
After 64 was bad.
But that's
bad
what I'm saying.
garbage.
It's a remake of 64, so why wouldn't you like it?
Because that
That's
formula
what
is
it
dead
is.
to me. I
No,
wouldn't go
it's
back and
not.
play 64 right now because the game is aged.
Do you think
And
it's
don't try to bring because like the graphics, they look like 1996 again. Like
Fats, what was your question?
I got nothing left anymore, man.
Wait, is it the on-rails nature of the game that you don't like? Do you think
Yes.
the formula is dead? They
you
break
don't
that,
like
though. They break that in the new one a lot.
nah.
A lot of the new game, it goes into the all range mode a lot more than Star Fox 64 did.
Does anyone else...
And there's one thing I really didn't like about Star Fox 64 or Star Fox Zero is that there is no because in Star Fox 64 you had to play like that true path to get like the true ending.
Yeah.
That's not in Star Fox Zero. It's just one ending. You can go. There's multiple paths, but it only leads to one ending.
Are there secret things you can find by flying under rocks and shit?
Oh yeah. No, there's like different paths to different like secret missions. And it's really cool. There's like this one stealth mission where you fly one of the new ships that's like the gyro wing. It's like that quadcopter thing, right? And it's like a stealth mission, but like if you go to the previous mission before it and do something secret, you can actually get put into that level in the R-Wing and you're actually like flying through it super fast. And like, it's really cool because it's like, it kind of changes the rules and it's like you have like a kind of side mission to do. And it's really cool. Like, I think the game is just phenomenal. The only thing people have been complaining about is the controls, which I feel like if you're still struggling with the controls after 5-10 minutes of playing it, then there's something wrong with you.
Do you have
It's
to
not
use
something
the-
wrong with
It's
the
not
gamepad?
about struggling. It's about like non-fluidity, and this is something that Nintendo has been constantly attacked for over the last couple of years. Because if you consider Super Smash Bros. Melee, if you consider Super Mario 64, you take the peaks of their control and you compare them to the sequels. Like if you compare Melee to Brawl, if you compare 64 to Sunshine or Galaxy, there is a very significant drop in the ability for you to control your character. Even Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask comparatively to Skyward Sword. Yes, after 2 hours, you should be able to attack in the direction you would like to. That doesn't mean it's as fluid as Ocarina of Time. Skyward Sword should have been attacked for its lack of controllability, and for the same reason, Star Fox 64, or rather, Star Fox Zero doesn't have that same level of mechanical prowess that other Nintendo games have been known for, because the game just didn't see the amount of love that it should have.
I disagree with a couple of your examples, specifically Sunshine and 64. I feel like Sunshine improved on 64's controls,
No
especially
way.
especially with
I
Underwater.
agree too, yeah.
Underwater was done a lot better in Sunshine.
Underwater
I think,
just sucks as a whole and should
it
never be
sucks
put
as a
into video
whole,
games.
yeah, but like in 64 it was awful. In Sunshine it was very manageable.
But I mean, if you look at a Super Mario Sunshine run and then you watch 64, the players playing 64 have much more full control over their character. And that's even with having the obviously terrible 64 controller comparatively to the GameCube, which was a masterpiece.
I think on the whole though, with the exception of like motion controls and like weird gamepad iterations, I feel like Nintendo games handle pretty well. I don't understand where this
they do. And Star Fox Zero, it's not even, the motion controls aren't even that big of a deal. Like there's very rare situations where you actually have to use the motion controls with Star Fox Zero. Like you're flying your ship like you normally would in Star Fox. And when you like kind of move the gamepad, you're kind of aiming your reticle in a different direction, which is really cool because that means you can fly your ship to the right, but you can still shoot at an enemy to the left.
Can you play it with a regular controller and do the same thing with a joystick?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, that is a pain in the ass.
Kind of. It's something, I think what people are upset about is they're forced into that. Not necessarily like that it's bad, because it's not awful, but it's the fact that they're forced into it. There is a couple things I disagree with, like the voices of all the characters only come out of the gamepad audio.
Really?
Which,
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate because for streamers and stuff like that, like I had to sit with my gamepad like kind of under my microphone so people could hear the voices. I mean, it sounded fine, but like that's not the point. It's the fact that that's forced onto you. They didn't give you the option to transmit it through the TV.
Same thing happens with Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah, they had the same issue with some audio only coming out of the gamepad, which made it really weird when we played co-op.
That game sucked, by the way.
Oh, come on.
I bought that when I got my Wii U, and I was like, oh, this would be great. That game sucked.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to be like a masterpiece. You got to know what you're getting going in.
I don't know. It just like was severely disappointing.
My point stands. I've never seen such a massive split where it's like half the people say that Star Fox Zero is absolute trash, and the others say it's like absolutely amazing. And it's like one of the best. Like I honestly think it's the best Star Fox game they've released.
Really?
Dead ass. Honestly,
I mean, is Star Fox not the most overrated series in the history of video games?
I wouldn't say it's the most
Aside
overrated
from
series.
maybe Donkey Kong Country.
Hell, I'd say Sonic is more overrated, and I love Sonic. But
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna tweet that.
hey,
that.
listen, chill. I still
Right,
like Sonic.
Sonic is overrated. PBats,
I can't
Paperbat.
believe you.
7:09
I
p.m.
can't believe you.
Yay,
All I'm
first.
saying is there hasn't been a solid Star Fox game since arguably Star Fox Assault, which in itself wasn't very good. It wasn't very good, but
that
I mean,
game was ass.
And it wasn't good. But
I don't
it's
even know
better
what
than
game that
Adventures.
is. What did that come out on?
It was for the GameCube.
Oh,
it was the one for the GameCube that didn't have the dinosaurs, right? It was like the decent. Not decent. It was the better of the two Star Fox. Is better than the two Star Fox games.
But this is, I think, a great example of why Nintendo's amazing, because we can talk about all the sequels to Star Fox and Donkey Kong and all these games that have been just general and absolute trash. And yet we still go out and buy every single one of them because their character design is the peak.
yeah.
Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, Pikachu, like all of these characters are unbelievably fleshed out. They're extremely not noticeable, but just recognizable. And then you look at like I don't know,
Paladins.
Let's talk about Mega Man. Mega Man also one of the most recognizable characters on the planet, and Capcom does nothing with that license at all. It's like actually a fucking shame.
No, it is, and I definitely agree. But like, I think that's why I had so much hope for Star Fox Zero, is because like,
because you're a fanboy. Say it.
No. I am definitely a fanboy, absolutely. But like, I feel like for good reason. You can't tell me that Star Fox 64 didn't really push the bar when it comes to like giving characters life through voice acting, right? Like there was nothing like that.
There was not a lot of voice acting on the whole on Nintendo 64.
Exactly, and
Or
like
on
they
the
did it
PlayStation,
so well. You find it so. It was just so connecting.
Yeah,
like, you felt like the voice actors were the characters. Exactly. And that, by the way, another side note: there's like a lot of legacy audio from Star Fox 64, or at least the blinds themselves reappear in Star Fox Zero, which is really cool. I don't know, man. I honestly want you to just play it, Brandon, because I feel like that's the thing about you, right? You're always up your own ass. You're stubborn. You
All right,
don't wanna,
lead with something
It
strong,
just doesn't look
PBat.
fun.
But like,
It's the same shit.
You know what doesn't look? You know what didn't look fun for me? Smite.
Ooh.
No,
And let's
see,
be honest. Now
you
I
know
was kind
what?
of right, but
Smite looks like shit. I didn't even want to play it. You're right. And
Exactly,
I got
and then you
I got
played it and you
I
liked
liked it. But Smite is the only game of its kind. I've played this fucking game before.
I hate
You're
you.
gonna
man.
tell me that Star Fox fucking Zero is different
running
than
away
the other
from home.
games?
He already said you go into all range mode all the time.
You do, yeah. You do go into all range mode a lot, and it like. So you say you liked Star Fox 64, but you think the formula is dead to you? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I liked Star Fox 64 in 1998. I don't think I would like Star Fox 64 now.
You don't think you would.
Right, but that's backed up by evidence.
Bet money. I'm willing to bet money you'd enjoy.
I'm pretty sure Brandon's point is he doesn't want to play the same game that came out 18 years ago.
But it's not. They improve
it's even
upon
more
it,
than that.
right?
It's control. Like for me, fluidity and controls and mechanics is the most important feature in a game that involves action. I mean, for me, that's the bar none. The reason that I'm playing Gungeon right now and liking it is the fact that I feel I have complete control over my character. And every single time I get hit, I feel like it's my fault. And I feel like if I played as well as I could, people would be interested in watching.
Well, that's the exact thing, though, is because you do have fluidity over your character. You have even more fluidity in this game than you did in 64 because you have that split
one
thing.
analog, of course. I mean, you had to turn the camera with the C buttons.
What I'm saying is you can aim your reticle one way and fly another. Like, you have way more control over your character in this game than you did in any other Star Fox game. So that's not an excuse. I feel like, I don't know. It's just that you do have more fluidity over your character in this game.
Wait, can you buy it for me and I can tell Brandon whether or not he'll like it?
Yeah.
I will actually play it.
Why did you say yes to that?
I'll send
yeah, you fucking loser. You just gave me money.
I will gladly send you my copy if it means you'll play it.
Well, I wish I can't stream it. I don't have a thing. Send me your capture card, too.
I'm not going to send you my capture card.
Come on. Send me ice cream?
I'll send you a shirt.
Oh, God.
Is it one of those PBat Eat ones?
Yo, Brandon, did you see my Star Fox shirt?
You have a Star Fox shirt, too? You love it that much you did another shirt after doing a shirt?
Well, yeah, I did.
You're not old enough to be such a fucking fanboy of all these games.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
How old are you?
23.
How many years
You
is that in Black
old
years?
enough to be a Sonic fanboy.
Yes,
We're
he is.
not old enough to be a Sonic fanboy.
Yes,
Get
he
out of
is.
here. Have you
He's
seen?
the perfect age.
Who's that one YouTuber who screams at Sonic? The little white boy. Who is he?
First of all,
that
that's
doesn't really.
racist.
That
Oh, is
doesn't
it
really narrow
Markiplier?
it down. No, it doesn't really narrow it down. But like the one,
I
somebody
know
in
what you're
chat will
talking
know.
about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. The
The
Sonic.
kid is like Frick.
Yeah, Frick. Yeah, that guy. That kid.
Frick the kid, bro.
Yeah. But
Kid
yeah,
Frick.
like, man, I could be a Sonic fanboy. Get out of here.
Wait, so what age? What is your target age you're thinking of, Brandon? In your
I mean,
head?
like 26 to like 33.
Yeah, I bet say like it is an older thing, right? Yeah, because when you think of Sonic, you think of like Sega Game Gear, and you think of fucking
think of Genesis.
Yeah, and Genesis.
Sonic 1 came out in like 1990 fucking 3 or 2.
1990. It was 1992.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Oh,
believe.
I'm mad smart.
You literally weren't born yet.
I know, but that was the very first game I played. When
Yeah.
I was like 2 years old, I had a Sega Genesis.
Sonic was a twinkle in your eye at that point.
Exactly.
When he was born, the doctor pulled him out and he said, "Gotta go fast."
Yeah, and you just wound up your legs.
I don't know.
And his hair
I'm
instantly grew into spikes and he ran.
It was actually
I'm-
1991. I just looked it up.
I'm just a firm believer that you should try something before you bash it. Like,
Normally,
it's-
I'm behind you with that. I don't like haters. I don't like when people go off on tangents on shit they don't know, and I'm definitely guilty of that here. But the evidence points to the fact that I am not going to be incorrect.
Well-
They have not released a Star Fox game since 64 that has met generally positive reviews, and to that same regard, if Star Fox 64 was remade today, it would meet mostly negative reviews.
But I
That's
think,
not true.
but
Well, today, when you say today, do you mean in like the modern day? Because it was remade for 3DS. And
you know what? You're right.
It was, I believe it was received pretty well.
yeah, it was. I think that this one has been the most polarizing since then. So
Definitely.
maybe it is worth giving a shot because either you love it or you hate it, and maybe some people who historically hate Star Fox games will like this one, and maybe
But here's where I'm skewed. The people who hate it only say like, "Oh, I don't like the controls," or this or that. Whereas the people who like it, they can give you actual deep reasoning behind why they think it's a good game, why they think it's a true successor to the Star Fox series. Like, they give reasoning behind it. Like, I'm totally down for listening if somebody has actual constructive stuff to say about why they don't like it. But when you can't give any like intelligent feedback,
Wait, there was a Ratchet and Clank movie?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like in the theaters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dude, it's
that's why they
getting
released the game.
It's getting destroyed.
The game didn't
it?
get destroyed. People love it.
The game got really good.
The
The
movie
movie
got a
probably
30.
sucks.
Well, should we all go see it? Can we all plan to go see it and talk about it next week?
What? I'm not going to Canada.
Hey, come to Canada.
I mean,
We have Poutine.
Hey, chill.
Well, okay, Brandon,
right?
doesn't the idea of like playing with these characters though appeal to you a little bit? The Star Fox characters in their home universe and not some bullshit dinosaur fucking dumb thing.
Like as characters, they're recognizable, but I don't know. Not really.
Sorry you feel that way. We should, guys, if you have a copy of Star Fox, just send it to Brandon. Because PBat's sending me his.
Do you have a P.O. box, Brandon?
Nintendo, if you're listening, send Brandon Star
I'm
Fox
good.
64.
I'm good, thanks.
Send him every Star Fox game between 64
Send
and
him Star
0.
Fox Adventures. He loves that game.
So, did it meet... So, I guess it met your expectations then, PBat, right?
It exceeded my expectations.
It exceeded it.
Yes, no, totally. Like I didn't know what I was kind of expecting. I was hoping it was going to be really good because I like the series. Star Fox 64 is probably one of my favorite games when I was a kid. But yeah, no, it exceeded my expectation. I didn't expect it to.
There is no fucking way this game exceeded your expectations.
No, it did. It did.
But you're not him.
And
You can't...
I do know that because I had to be around him the whole fucking time.
The thing is, it exceeded my expectations because of the early reviews that were coming out, saying how bad it was. That was starting to give me some doubt because I was like, oh, well, maybe. But then I played it at PAX twice, might I add, because I loved it so much. And by the way, shout out to Nintendo. They let me play a non-demo level when I went to the booth because they're like, oh, yeah, we recognize you from yesterday. Here, do you want to play a new level? And that was really cool of them. But yeah, no, it exceeded my expectations because of all the negative reviews that were coming out. I expected it to be somewhat poor. But I honestly don't think it was. Yes, the controls took me roughly 5-10 minutes to get used to. Once I got used to it, I enjoyed it so much because of how much control it actually gave me over combat, which was really cool.
I believe that you liked it. But if you were around you and heard your expectations, there's no way you liked the game that much. There just isn't. There's just fucking
Yeah,
I genuinely did. I mean, I wouldn't have sat through and 100% in it, like, just flat out. And
Wait,
like,
when did the game come out?
What?
When did it come out?
It came out the first day of PAX, the 22nd.
You 100% it in a week?
I can't...
Well, no, but I only started playing it on the 25th.
So you 100% it in a week?
I think, well, 100% of it, I collected all the medals, and I think that was 20 hours of gameplay.
20 hours.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if
You think 20 hours of Star Fox 64 is worth dmbrandon's time?
Well, no, I'm not saying. I'm not asking him to 100%.
Wow.
No.
Don't feed that, Fats.
him.
Don't feed into that
That's too funny.
shit.
It's too funny.
I'm not asking him to
Why
100% it. You can go through a single path of the game in generic Star Fox time, like around 2 to 3 hours. It's like one path
that
of the game.
is what I'm expecting.
What?
Generic Star Fox.
Well, when I say generic Star Fox, I mean like that's how the standard Star Fox route works.
See, when I say generic
Typical.
Star Fox, I think about literally every game they've ever released.
Which is all the same. You know
But
what
I mean,
the best
if
Star
it's
Fox
not
game
broke,
is?
don't fix it. Look at
It's
the
just
generic
like
Mario
this.
formula.
The best Star Fox game is Melee.
Stop.
God bless.
Oh.
The
God
Mario
bless.
formula hasn't changed since the NES. You
Okay.
start
Yes, it
off on a
has.
level.
For first of all, that's completely incorrect. They have
Yeah.
redefined platformers like 3 fucking times. But
Well, besides adding like
the
new
Mario
graphical
games
fidelity.
never get trashed. I mean, the main series Mario games, if you compare them to any other series, have to have the highest ratings across the board. The only game that I think would have a generally negative view, and I don't even think that exists anymore, would be Super Mario Brothers 2, which was actually Doki Doki Panic in Japan, and they rebranded it just to push the Mario brand onto
Reskinned it.
other people. It's a complete reskin and nothing else. But Super Mario 1, 2, World, 64, Galaxy, Sunshine, even the 3D
The
land for the
1000-year
3DS.
door.
No, you know what game was... Oh, don't even talk about 1000 Year Door. I'll cry. I love Paper Mario. But, like, do you remember Super Mario Land for Game Boy?
Yes.
Not even
Oh,
Color,
yeah.
Game Boy.
Super
That
Mario
is the
Land,
best
and then
Mario
Super
game of
Mario
all
Land
time.
2, which introduced Wario and introduced a brand new like understanding of coins, right? Like they constantly were trying to upgrade. And then I see that Star Fox has done that as well. You take 64 versus the 2 on Super Nintendo and you have the flipping and all the cool shit. They really introduced Wolf and everyone in there and really get you interested in the backstories of
Flesh
these
you out.
characters. It was
Flesh out the
great,
story, yeah.
right? But then Crystal came out and they put us with dinosaurs and we were swinging around bow staffs and it was just fucking stupid.
Well, yes, they with Adventures, which is a really good example, they took like the wrong way of reinventing. But with Zero, they literally stayed true to 64 and then innovated on that, like within that kind of bubble of the story, right? Like they gave you new missions that took place in that solar system, right? They gave you those characters and they implemented them in new ways. They put them in new missions.
Okay,
They gave you new
All right,
interactions with
here's
them.
what we do. Did you play Borderlands?
I played Borderlands,
Telltale?
yes.
Telltale?
Oh,
Wait,
not
stop! I'm
Telltale
at the
Borderlands.
very end.
All right. You didn't play Telltale Borderlands.
No, not yet.
That game took characters that we know and love and reinvented them, gave them new life, and allowed us to understand the story in a better way. I'll play your shitty fucking Star Fox game that has been made 7 times, but you got to go through all of Borderlands, and then you have to come back and you have to tell me that everything that you think about fucking story in Star Fox doesn't matter because the game is stupid. Because you're gonna play Borderlands and Telltale's gonna shove it so far down your fucking throat that you're gonna shit this for a week.
Well, that's
and
the
it's gonna
thing.
be awesome.
I've never really been that kind of person. I've never really been the person where it's like, oh, I have to enjoy this. So if I enjoy this, I can't enjoy this. Like I can enjoy
there's a
both.
bar. There's a bar. If you're gonna say that the story in this game is blank because of the characters and this and that, then the story has to be compared to things at the highest level. So you're thinking, most recently, Undertale, Borderlands, The Walking Dead, and Lisa.
Okay.
All right. Well, I look forward to the trial of the people versus PBat's nostalgia. Maybe we'll get
the people. It's legit just Brandon versus PBat. Like,
oh, you can be the judge. You can be the judge.
I'll be the judge. Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll be the jury. No, I'll be the jury. The jury. You don't have to.
I just don't think the game is going to do anything differently enough to warrant me spending the money. But I'm going to spend it for PBat because he's my friend.
And let me know when you stream it. I'll be there. I'll watch everyone.
I didn't say anything about me streaming.
You're streaming it. Come on.
I think the people want to see that.
What people? Name 6 people.
Me, Fats, Smatter, me.
That's 6. That's
Smatter.
6. No. You count Fats 4 times.
Fats is 4.
Which means all of you have now dedicated to watching the entirety of my playthrough.
If it's I'll watch the VODs.
Don't you dare let me into that.
You
BS.
have to watch it 4 times.
I don't know what it's like to watch DM get mad about losing to a boss.
I'm not gonna lose.
Well, there is one boss that's really difficult, but
yeah, for PBat.
Stop.
Oh.
My man sucks at games so much that to impress his stream, he had to play Club Penguin for 24 hours, and he still got fucked.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Brandon knows what this game is going to be so well that he's going to one-shot everything. That's basically what you're saying.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
He's gonna shoot one gun.
So it's gonna be a 2 to 3 hour stream. I think we can all reasonably tune into that, and I think Fats could watch it 4 times.
Alright, so if you die once, I get to clown you.
Alright.
Alright, you hear that? DM is not allowed to die once on his Star Fox adventures.
You all got homework. For next episode or the episode after, we'll follow up on the trial. But let's get back to PAX a little bit. So besides Star Fox, what other things do you guys look forward to?
Yo, Star Fox Zero.
Ah, come on!
You said Star Fox, not Zero. I mean, Zero's different.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I should have...
Zero has a scarf?
Alright, so one of the coolest things, when I went to PAX South, I met up with a guy from Adult Swim. He sat next to me on the plane. We were hanging out in the airport. It was a whole big thing. And
it's a whole big thing.
It was like a date for him, but you just ran into a guy.
He was.
Cool though. We chilled in the airport bar.
We talked a lot about Duck Game and all the other stuff that Adult Swim has done. He's like, "Listen, you gotta come through for East." I'm like, "Of course, man. I'll see you there." So I go to the booth and I play one of their games, and it's very Dark Souls ish, right? And then I play another one of their games, but the Dark Souls-ish game is think Dark Souls and Castlevania mixed together, like 2D.
Is it
Gambit? Slain?
I forgot the name of it. But
it was a duck game.
It was definitely a duck game. Really good. And then I played another one of their games they were showing off where you're like an assassin, but all the enemies are as strong as you are, and you have to kill the whole level before they touch you, which is really interesting. And then I played another game where you're like this kid with a gun that talks to you, and it's just, they were all very interesting. And I look at this guy, and I say to him, like, listen, I'm playing the games, I like them, but what's the joke? And the guy from Adult Swim says, oh no, we're not doing that anymore. Like, we'll still make games that have, fun humor and things like that, but, we want to make games, dude.
Interesting.
So, Adult Swim is all of a sudden, a very serious competitor in the indie world. And all indie developers should be pretty frightened because their games are fucking awesome.
Well, so now that's interesting,
Agreed.
right? Because Adult Swim has historically been a location for
Jokes.
attempted cartoons that are or shows that are just way out there, content that is far beyond what we're ready for. Case in point, Rick and Morty and things like that. All the
Rick and
anime
Morty.
they brought to the North American audience, they were single-handedly responsible for bringing in a lot of acceptance of these types of shows and a lot of
what about Family Guy?
Yeah, exactly.
They have Family Guy, American Dad. They literally resurrected Family Guy, which turned out to be one of, if not the biggest show on the planet for many years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're doing that same thing now for video games. That is a very serious force to be reckoned with.
They've actually been doing a lot of things in the past 10 years. I'm a huge fan of Adult Swim and everything they've produced. So I've been following the things that they have done. Like they have their own music label where they've released a few tracks. They had a few summers where they would give out free music. Every week would be a different artist that they're trying to showcase.
They've launched a lot of musicians' careers.
They've done a lot of things. And I played back at PAX East last year. Me and Faucius were at their booth.
Who's
if
Faucius?
You guys remember Faucius? Episode 1, he died. Twitch cops, rip. So we played that, and we were over at the booth. That's where we found Duck Game for the first time, and I thought that game was godly just because you could quack in it, and that was my whole weekend. There was Gambit, there was Slugcat. Like they have a lot of games that aren't just Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not just here's stupid jokes that are hilarious because you're probably on drugs or something. They have really, really good games. The problem I have with it is they showcase shit and say, all right, it's coming out like 4 years from now.
Yeah.
But have they had one definitive hit, something that's defining, or is it
Duck Game?
I mean,
Duck Game,
Duck Game has been pretty popular. Pocket Morty's, I think, hit really hard.
Well, they had the IP for that.
They had the unicorn game that was kind of stupid. You know,
Unicorn Attack. Oh my god, the game was amazing. The Erasers.
I'm just saying they've been peppering these indie games, these simple arcadey type games here and there. How long before we see
silly.
like a major title?
They're always silly.
Yeah,
they've always been silly.
Death's Gambit is the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah, Gambit.
Death's Gambit.
But I just call it Gambit.
It really does look like Castlevania, and it plays exactly how a 2D Dark Souls would play, and it's pretty incredible, and it's not easy. The enemies are very difficult. I only played it for like a minute. And, you know, going back to the controls and fluidity, the other game that I played that the name escapes me, it's when you're the assassin. Someone was playing it, and I said to the guy, I'm like, can I have the controller for 3 seconds? He said, yeah, and I said, literally 3 seconds. I picked it up, I moved forward, I jumped, and I attacked. And that is how I judge a lot of games, based on how their air control is. The feel of the game is very important to me.
You didn't attack the guy, you played the game.
Right, inside the game. Didn't jump and punch the guy in the face who was playing the game who gave me the controller. That would be very mean. But the way that the character reacted to my jump attack was extremely fluid. It was intuitive and it felt unique. It wasn't just like a normal, 2D side-scroller Castlevania kind of attack. It was very arcadey and had like kind of a dash to it, but you didn't lose a lot of frames and a lot of movement. It felt like you kept control of your character the whole time, which makes things very fun for me. And in that 3 seconds, I knew that I would enjoy this game, and that's why I'm worried about Star Fox.
Because you could have to pick up the controller and it would take you 10 to 15 or even longer to fully master it.
Exactly, and this is not Steel Battalion where there's 86 buttons.
But I had that same problem with Dark Souls, where I picked up the controller and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, here's the thing, Brandon. You're not casual. I don't think it'll take you 10, 15 minutes to pick up the controls. You're not a casual. You'll pick it up, I think, really quick. A lot faster than most people. So I don't think that'll be an issue.
So the Steam page is linked in the chat. Take a look at that. It does look really, actually good. I'm just like looking at the trailer without any audio on. Oops, I almost turned the audio on. I see. This looks like your type of game exactly, Brandon.
What game?
Death's Gambit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I like Castlevania games. I love Metroidvanias as a whole. And
I agree.
For them to offer me a Dark Souls version of this is very enticing. And it may not be the newest formula. Obviously, we have a lot of Dark Souls games and a lot of things coming to that same light. But it looks fun. And it looks interesting. And I can't wait to play it.
So, was that something you look forward to going into PAX and that you then saw?
Strangely, no. I mean, I just wanted to go over to the Adult Swim booth to say hi to my man. And he's like, you got to play these games. And I'm like, all right. And I sat and I played, and I was really blown away.
Was there anything else that caught you by surprise?
Star Fox Zero.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
One thing that caught me by surprise is every time I go to one of these things, I remember how disgusting as a whole we are as a community. There is a serious there's a serious problem with some people who go to these things. You guys need to all shower. And you need to all I love that Twitch gave out deodorant. A little bit insulting.
Really, I didn't find that to be an issue this PAX. Like,
Really?
at all.
Oh, I
never ran into that issue once.
The tabletop free play, man.
Playing,
Oh,
I never went to the tabletop.
You're pointing this
Yeah.
us. You need to point it at yourself.
I know, yeah. I went to the tabletop
Those
games.
are your people.
Oh yeah, no, I play in tabletop
Just
games.
because when your mom made you and rolled you into a gay dude doesn't mean that you get to blame us for this.
I'm not a cigarette.
No, like D&D rolled.
Oh, Betsy, that's a roundabout way of calling me a fag.
No, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
like
shit.
your stats, like your stats are, you know, gay guy in the tabletop and
Yeah, skinhead Brent is really rude. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, now that your head is shaved, you've gone full skinhead, man. Christ
shit.
almighty. So yeah, I guess I did walk into that. I was just, I'm sorry I insulted everybody there. It was actually not as bad as I thought.
By the way, PBat, cancel our tabletop game this week.
Yeah, I got you.
But like, so like, I feel like this was also an incredibly crowded PAX. I feel like I couldn't do anything.
This one was insane.
Yeah, and I feel like it gets more and more packed each year.
I thought this year
insane.
This year was less packed than last year.
Stop. No, it wasn't.
It had to. It felt like it.
No.
Dude, last year I literally couldn't walk.
I think that it was just a layout thing. This time, like, you couldn't do anything. There were like everything was like an hour plus wait. Like if you went to the
that's just PAX.
I mean, but it felt worse than last year. Like the League of Legends thing was like basically if you didn't get in line in the morning, you didn't get to see it, which was madness.
It was a mess.
But there were some things that did surprise me. A lot of that, again, was the people. Like for these things, for me, like as a nobody, going to interact with like people and other players and personalities. I didn't mean to say other personalities as if I'm somebody. Because I rolled fag. Of course.
Oh my
Stop.
God! You can't do this.
For me, it was actually really fascinating to meet a lot of people, and I know that's the crowning thing for a lot of us too. Like for me, going to PAX does not mean, oh, I'm gonna get to play this game, or oh, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be, oh, I'm gonna meet somebody. I'm gonna meet people.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most valuable thing, especially as you know, content creators like ourselves. That to me is the most valuable part. Do you guys feel like you made connections this PAX?
Yeah.
I'm asking you to talk about them if you can.
Talk about them. I just talked to Dibs.
I met another gay lad. His name is 8-Bit Homo.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And
Wait, he's gay?
Yeah, dude.
I learned. Well, I already had a fully dimensional homo friend.
Yeah, I'm fully rendered homo.
Fully rendered. That's what it's fully rendered. And we went to dinner with the illustrious dmbrandon and Twitch Cop Faustus. And it was like
Twitch cops? Where?
It was like
He was sitting next to you.
S-tier dinner. I brought my big burly lumberjack friend.
S-tier? That was like a B+.
No,
What?
the banter.
Oh, the banter, dope. Shout out to Brunch Wishes.
Yeah.
No.
I would like to say
Brunch
that
bitches.
I carried the banter for that dinner.
I was busy.
I was drunk. That's really what. Yeah, that's really what it was.
That was good.
That's entirely accurate. Moving the fucking line. Go. Is that it? Is that it, Fats?
Oh no, I met that was the only new person I would say I added to my list of friends. Aside from meeting him, I just met more of the, not even met, but like hung out with people I already knew.
I see.
Yo, fuck that dinner, though.
What was wrong with the dinner?
First of all, they overcooked a fucking lobster tail in Boston. Okay? If you're going to charge $100 for a fucking lobster tail and you're going to overcook it in, like, part of the heartland, like, fuck off.
The heartland.
Like, I understand that people make fucking mistakes and shit, but it's not like our food all came out at the same time like in a goddamn Gordon Ramsay restaurant.
Oh,
but they're charging Gordon Ramsay prices.
You wanna know what happened? Some girl there thought I was some YouTuber.
What?
You are some YouTuber.
One of the waitresses was like, "Hey, are you like a YouTube person?"
Are you
like,
X-Fats?
Stop. I'm out. That's
so then,
it.
on the dessert menu, right? They said chocolate souffle.
Here it goes.
Oh,
They said chocolate souffle, and then in the description it said molten lava center. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
It means it's from the Earth's core.
Actual molten lava.
It would have been better that way.
Wait. I don't have a problem with the description. I know exactly what that was.
Souffles cannot have a molten lava center.
Oh, I see.
They call it a fucking. It's nothing. That has nothing to do with the souffle. Someone at the table got it. There's no hint of a fucking souffle. Del Frisco's restaurant in Boston, fucking Massachusetts.
In the
Not
heartland,
even close.
the heartland of the lobster,
Jesus
as you described it.
Christ. So, all right, like the steaks were good. All right, it's a steakhouse. Steaks were good. Right, but there was like supermarket ingredients, and like it was pretty. What's the word? Pretentious. It was definitely pretentious.
Yeah.
That's why I felt so out of place. I did not feel okay in there, sadly.
That's why I drank.
And these bitches of waitresses, every time like our table, you know, because there was like what 14 of us or some shit, we were all like laughing and have a good time, and every time like someone made a joke, they all congregated in their fucking corner and they all started making that face like, oh my god, they're laughing again. Why are they laughing? Like what?
I think I may have soured them.
Serving me fucking Driscoll's raspberries on a $16 dessert, you bitch.
You're like, are these raspberries Driscoll's? And she's like, yeah, actually. And then you were just like, ugh.
She was saying it like half.
Yeah.
It was just like, ah.
No, I definitely
How dare you?
Although I will give it to them. I ordered their Brussels sprouts and I asked them to cook them in a way that wasn't listed on their menu, and they did it very, very well.
The Brussels sprouts were probably S tier.
Yeah, they really were. They were fantastic. Everything else was average.
The memories were S tier.
I don't remember anything about that dinner.
I think I pissed off the waitresses with my second drink
Did
order.
you just say the memories were S? That is such a gay thing to say, and I love
you
it.
cannot
So
say
good.
that to me. You
The memories
cannot
were
say
S
that.
tier. Doors will open.
Tampon cuisine.
Tampon cuisine. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's about all we want to cover with PAX. Because a lot of our stories are personal stories, and that doesn't really apply to.
I have plenty of non-personal stories from PAX.
Oh, that's right. We got to play a game. You got to play a game. Can we talk about that?
What game did I play?
The one we
Yo,
played in
Star
the
Fox
private
Zero.
room.
Oh.
The one where the guy like.
I have something to say. before
Wait,
it
I don't even know what
goes.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
remember the
I
room?
was on Twitch's main stage.
You were for what?
There were
Same.
2 blacks on there. We made it.
Wait, you mean 5 blacks?
No, she didn't.
No, you count as 4. He's continuing the joke he made
I
before.
get
And
it.
flawlessly, might I add.
So that might be the name of the title. Fats is really big.
No, the title
that's
is
the episode.
People versus PBat's Nostalgia.
Hey.
You should name it something else now so people get confused.
That is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yes, dude, but now you
Every
have to go
time-
back and name it People versus PBat's Nostalgia because I said that.
I know. Every time I say, "Oh, that's gonna be the title of the show," or you guys say that, I like deliberately choose something that is not that, and it is hard because sometimes if we just let a joke happen, it would be funny as the title. Sorry.
Hey, that's the new title. You got it.
So, what were you doing on the main stage?
I played Shouts to Brandon. I played Vainglory.
Oh, right.
At that game on
Mobile.
handhelds, the handheld MOBA thing. It was
Tablets?
actually not bad.
Yeah, it looks like it would be hard because of the controls, but everyone says it's pretty good.
It's
It was
actually pretty
fun.
good.
It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a good time playing. It was me, TK Breezy, and Future Man Gaming versus other streamers and known people, and then the dev team. We were terrible because it was the ARAM mode, so we just got random characters and we just got bodied. But I had a lot of fun playing that game. Like it was actually a good time.
I'm amazed that that game is actually popular and successful. Like
They
genuinely.
they must have a lot of
I'm
money to
not.
put into it.
I'm not surprised because I mean, like MOBAs have been huge, right? And like there hasn't been a MOBA on mobile, so it was just basically the first person to do it well. I mean, like that's why I think Smite blew up on the Xbox because there was no good MOBA on the Xbox or on consoles in
I
general.
mean, there still isn't.
Nice.
I mean, you could play Paragon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is DM triggered?
Talk about
triggered.
talk about underwater levels. That game is one giant underwater level.
They actually sped the game up recently.
Yeah, like 12% or whatever. So,
So they gave
what's
all
that,
the
a
boats
river?
fucking motors. Wonderful.
I like how we both went for different metaphors. Very good, Brandon.
Thanks.
What were you gonna, Brandon? So the game you played in the back room. Remember, they gave us like a big box and they told us to reach our hands into it, and they said it was brains, but it was spaghetti. Now, you know what I'm talking about?
No, man.
We put the
Hide the
NC Soft
sausage?
game.
Oh.
What? I don't know the name of it.
Oh, MXM.
Yes. Yeah, man
I don't
for
know
man.
how much we're like technically supposed to talk about that. But I played MXM. It is NCSoft's new MOBA. And I don't know. I mean, I think there's potential.
It did look. I'm actually like after watching you play and then just yell at the dev for 2 hours.
I didn't yell.
No, you didn't yell. I'm just kidding.
I gave my feedback.
Yeah, you did, and it's very good feedback.
I was, and it was eloquent, and it was well formed.
Yeah, you caused him to backpedal a lot.
I did. Yeah, actually.
Which is fine. No, you had very valid points about the. I don't know. Again, I wish we could talk about it because there was a lot of interesting stuff going on there. I don't even know what's known about the game yet, so I don't even know what would be safe to like reiterate.
We could just wait. I think not to offend the fans out there who are listening to the show, but I don't think we're not under NDA or anything. But I think it would be a nice service to NCSoft, who was nice enough to invite us. That we don't say too much about the game just yet. All I can say is that the premise of the game has a lot of potential.
The main character dies and falls on a baby.
Fast is like, I get one of these references. All these gaming
No, that's hilarious.
Baby splat. That sounds like someone's old.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's old. Mother of child charges up for a very fast run. After 0.5 seconds, runs at high speed and then falls, exploding baby underbody to do 500 plus 60% skill.
And slowing all targets in range.
No.
They become mesmerized and all the splatted baby. It's like a giant AoE too. It's like Bacchus.
You know what's great about this?
God.
Is that if I have like purification beads or cleanse, I am no longer for some reason mentally affected by the dead baby. Nope, I'm good. Let's go.
Or maybe it like fears. It fears where it lands, and everyone nearby is just slowed. Oh God, that's disgusting. We're bad. We're being bad today.
We're being bad.
All right, so let's move on from PAX. I want to follow up on a few things that have happened since our previous couple episodes. We talked about a few weeks ago the Nostalrius WoW server. Is that how you say that?
Yes.
Nostalrius?
Yeah, so we got an official response from Blizzard on that topic, and this is a kind of a weird thing for Blizzard, right? For them to speak back to the community in such a way that, like, they're saying what the community wants. So if you recall, Nostalrius was this vanilla WoW server, and they shut it down because it was operating with vanilla WoW with its own code, but using the game and all of that to have that nostalgic experience. Well, Blizzard came back and said, hey, by the way, we totally hear you. We like the idea. This topic comes up every single fucking year, and we've looked at it, but the reason is it's just not feasible, right? It's like they're like saying if there was a switch we can flip to make it happen, we would do it. But right now, there's just not a feasible way for them to do it. And that makes sense, because when you have, like, a multitude of dev teams working on one gigantic fucking game, it's not that easy to make another gigantic fucking game for a reasonably small percentage of their player base. So this is the type of thing that gives us hope, right? That maybe we can have these vanilla servers, right? They even alluded to the idea of this thing called a pristine server, which is this server that, on which there's no like instance like share or phasing. There's like it's like basically you're playing on like a small server, like no one can transfer on, like you level more slowly, there's no cross realm battlegrounds, dungeons, PvP, like anything of that nature. So we may see that.
I want to talk to someone who plays on these servers, and I just want to like debate them on why vanilla sucked.
I don't think that's what it's about here.
I think it is what it's about, because they're so adamant that vanilla is like the best thing to have ever happened, and that we as a community, a World of Warcraft community, deserve to have this because it's what we all want. And they keep putting fucking words in my mouth like, I don't want a vanilla server. Vanilla was ass. I mean, for its time, vanilla was great. There is a reason that every MMO has to label themselves as the WoW killer when it launches. Otherwise, no one will give a shit. Because World of Warcraft is the greatest thing to happen to online video games in probably its history. But as the game has gone on, up until Cataclysm, where I stopped, I can't speak for Warlords or Legion or Mists of Pandaria, that the game did increase. It got harder. The balance was better. The PvP got cleaner. The servers were more responsive.
So
literally
quality
everything
of life
about the
changes
game.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Everything about the game got better, except for maybe like certain parts of the leveling. I get that people don't like quest helpers and they want to read quest text because they're fucking nerds. I get that, and I understand your plight, and I'm not here to argue about that. I'm here to argue about the fact that you didn't understand rotations in vanilla, and you didn't understand how to do these bosses back then, and just because you could do them now doesn't mean that you're any better of a player. It means that you just understand the game more because other people have already done the fucking work for you. Why does everyone give a shit about vanilla?
So you're saying it's like they wear it like a badge of honor, like, oh, we did this, we love this. It's like they're still like the war hero who's still living in the war 30 years later.
Exactly.
That's actually a good analogy. Episode title right there.
Nice.
Nice, we did it. So Blizzard is meeting with their dev team though, even after like giving them the cease and desist and taking them down on legal stuff.
Australia, you mean?
Yeah. They are actively meeting with them. I believe they met this week. So that's just a quick update. It's good. It's a good sign of things to come, because like if there is a reasonable, Brandon, I know you're so against the idea of like these vanilla servers, but if there's a reasonable way that Blizzard can accommodate it, are you for it?
I mean, I'm not entirely against it. I just think it's a bad move on Blizzard's part because none of these people are going to play it for more than a couple of months. That's going to actually cause them to, have these man hours be profitable. Yeah. It will take thousands and thousands of man hours to turn a server on with all of the features that Australia's had. Even if the source code is given to Blizzard that Australia's has built, it's just still going to take thousands of man hours. And, they'll market it. They'll have to do, all the damage control, blah, blah, blah. It's not a worthy investment. The return is very low. And all of these people who were illegally playing their game shouldn't really have a voice.
Exactly, because they're nobodies. They're just like old disillusioned war heroes, right?
I mean, if they're playing a game that they're expected to pay for month to month, and they're playing it on an illegal server, where obviously they're not supposed to be doing it, and Blizzard allowed this to go on for so long, and now these people are demanding even more, like, Blizzard was really cool about not suing the shit out of these people. And now they're meeting with them to try to, like, give the community something back. Blizzard doesn't need to do that. Blizzard could shut its doors today, give everyone like $100,000 in severance, and have, the top 150 employees like walk out of there millionaires, and no one would fucking care except for the community, right? Like at this point, most companies are owned by the gamers. I would say Activision is owned by the gamers for the most part, even though they're with Blizzard,
like,
of course.
What do you mean? In what way do you mean owned by the gamers?
In terms of like, they need to pretty much cater to their community, right? And they're some of the biggest in the entire world. Capcom will go nowhere without pandering to their community. It's just where it is. Hi-Rez, same thing. Like, everything they have to do has to be so tiptoed around. Like, they just did a stream for Allied where their servers got overloaded on a chest or code that they were giving out. And people were donating money to Allied. He's a professional player in Smite, so that he can get cancer treatment. And a bunch of these people didn't get the code because the servers were overloaded. And instead of just expecting that they were going to say something later, they instantly took up their pitchforks and like, I'm refunding my money. I don't care if this guy has cancer. Like, Blizzard doesn't have to pander to their community. They have more money than fucking God. Every game they create is so unbelievably polished. And I think that's another thing that people aren't recognizing, is that vanilla, for its time, was incredible. But vanilla as a product now is garbage. If they were to make a, quote, pristine server, the game wouldn't be able to hold up to Blizzard standards.
So it would probably be this, like, bastard child. Yeah, it would just not be... It would be... I was going to make an analogy about a bastard child and how you can't love it, but we know that that's not necessarily true. So, yeah. It would not have the same level of polish that most Blizzard games have now. That is absolutely certain. And I'm just curious to see where this will take us.
I don't disagree that the people's complaints about the new WoW are not relevant. I mean, from what I understand, I haven't experienced this, so I don't want to go too far, but like Garrison seemed very boring.
Yeah, it was fun at first, and then it got tiresome very fast. It was cool to have your own base in a game where you've never had your own base.
I get that. I get that people complain about it. I see some people like it, some people don't. But when you compare almost every aspect that was in vanilla, aside from, leveling cleanly without quest helpers, because I do understand that. Aside from that, I can't think of a single fucking thing in World of Warcraft that was better. And if you tell me 40-man raids over 25, I'm going to say that you need more friends, because hanging out with 35 or 39 people on a fucking vent server, all yelling over each other while trying to do Molten Core was not a good experience.
Fucking 3 pieces of loot drop. DKP. Yeah. Oh
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Those were the days, though. That's what we want, man. Blizzard, you can talk to us about. I'll talk about it all day. And so will you, Brandon.
Same.
So the last thing to follow up here too, a few episodes ago, we talked about the streamer Legendary Leah. She after she said some terrible things about kids with cancer during the St. Jude fundraiser. I almost said St. Judge, but that's not a thing. During the St.
You don't know that.
I guess it's possible. I'm sorry. I mean, you're right. She recently had a little slip on stream of her vagina. I laughed when I said that because I tickled by the idea of a vagina.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Did you not hear about this, PBat?
It's linked in our Slack channel.
It's time.
Yo, type all right, so first things first, she dates Soda Poppin', and I don't think that's a relevant point of conversation. Everyone wants to bring Soda Poppin' into the conversation and that she isn't getting in trouble because she dates Soda Poppin'. I not only don't believe that that's true, but aside from what I just said, he really should not be mentioned in the discussion at all. Secondly, it is absolutely absurd to me that any motherfucker is truly upset about her showing her vagina when I know all of them sit and watch fucking porn all day and then judge women based on their bodies. Right? It is so double standard and it is so despicable that most of these people are doing it. And the only conversation that really should be had here is whether or not people should be allowed to drink on stream.
Wait, what? You talking
every time she drinks is when one of the
okay. I thought you were comparing her pussy to a beverage.
She's very notoriously known as a drunk streamer.
And it's not just her. I mean, there are plenty. If that's included, there are plenty of my friends who get drunk on stream, and it's a bad look. It's a bad look. And you know, yes, she showed her vagina. I honestly don't care.
So was it on purpose or
no? She slipped.
It seems like a slip, but like she does look at the. She clearly looks at the chat before she does it, so it's really unclear. We do know she is drunk. I don't think it was intentional, but I totally think that like maybe
even if it was intentional, she was drunk and not in her right state.
Exactly. Yeah.
All I can say is I found an immigrant link that has a bunch of pictures of her doing similar things.
You know. Where she slips and shows her butt, fine. You know, people have told me I didn't go out and search for it. I don't really care to see it. I didn't search for it.
Somebody just sent me it.
I just can't imagine that any single one of the people that watch her stream have never seen a vagina before hers was shown.
I'd be surprised.
No, there's a lot of kids on Twitch.
Here's
not like real life. I'm not saying like they're not, you know,
May I bring
experienced.
Up a counterpoint?
I'm just saying like they haven't sought out porn before, because they have.
Now the porn sought us.
Nice.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead,
bring
Fats.
up another point. Another streamer was playing a game with his friends, and they were all on Skype together. All the cameras are on, and one of his friends was a female, and she just randomly, like, I don't even understand how this happens, but she just randomly ends up with her shirt pulled up and her breast exposed, and she stands up on the camera, and the streamer and his friends go, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then she turns her camera off completely, and he's completely banned from Twitch.
And what did Leah get for this slip?
30 days.
30 days in the hole.
There's a pretty big difference between her like drunkenly getting out of a chair and her like a vagina flashing out from her underwear, and this girl who literally lifted her shirt up and started like waving her boobies around. Right? Those are very different things.
I agree with that. The point is, things like this quote unquote slippage happen with Leah all the time.
Yeah, it's been a multiple thing, yeah.
Which is
somebody who did it. It's not like he told her to do it.
Which is why,
like his friend, it just happened.
Okay,
he didn't know what was happening. He responded normally, like anyone would, like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then all his friends like, "Oh my god, delete the VOD, get rid of it," because no one knew what was happening.
So let's backtrack a minute here.
I'm not defending either side. I just want to make that note. I'm just bringing that to everybody's attention.
I want to know why any of this matters.
Well,
because
we are on an emerging platform that has a lot of weird idiosyncrasies and inconsistencies.
Okay.
And this is one of those things.
Okay, I agree. But I'm saying, like, to you as a user at home. Now, if Twitch wants to tell us, listen, what she did was bad, what this other girl did was bad, and blah, 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 no nudity, we're going to ban them. Fine. What does that have to do with us? Why do we care? I don't give a shit about any of this.
It's our platform.
It's our platform, right?
It's their platform.
Well, Twitch is our platform. What happens on our platform matters.
It's how we express ourselves.
Why is Leah accidentally showing her vagina any worse than any girl who purposely wears a low-cut shirt and puts makeup on?
Like, Brandon, if I was visiting your house and then like the Mexican cartel bust in and like just riddled me with bullets, like, you know, it happened to me, but it was in your household, right? Like you should feel some sort of, you know, personal responsibility to that, or not responsibility, but you know that affects you because you were around. That's your house, right?
I mean, I guess, but like I said, that's Twitch's house. This is Twitch's house that it's happening.
But we're talking about the inconsistency.
Yeah, but we're all labeled as Twitch partners.
We're talking about like as if like this happened in Twitch's house, like the cartel came in and shot PBat, and Twitch just opened the fridge and grabbed the sandwich and just ignored it while PBat bled out in the living room. Like
no, Twitch banned her
for 30 days. But
in comparison to the other situation where it was not of that person's control.
But we don't know this other person. This is the only news I've ever heard of this guy. In fact, before that happened, the only thing I knew about this guy is that TV hates his guts.
Well, TV hates everybody, and TV,
right? But TV like knew this guy because he used to be like a rank shitter. That's it, right? So what do we know about his stream? How do we know that he hasn't been warned before for doing stupid shit?
Who is the streamer?
I haven't. See, I don't even know his fucking name because I don't give a shit.
It's gross score.
Like the only reason I know Leah's name is because what she said about children with cancer was incredibly inappropriate, and that was during when I was raising my funds for St. Jude. And that was
but this is a known repeat offender. The fact that that's
fine. But let's say she doesn't get permanently banned, and I don't think that she should be permanently banned. If she doesn't, how does that affect literally anyone who listens to this podcast on a daily basis?
All right.
Well, here's the thing: bad apple spoils the bunch, right?
Yeah.
Like the thing about us as YouTubers or streamers or just people in esports in general is there is still, even though it's died down, there's still a stigma against us where we're not. Yeah, just one sec.
Yeah, we're viewed as cam girls.
Not everybody takes us seriously as people. There's a lot of people say, go get a real job or what have you. And things like this set us back, right? Where we want to be taken seriously, and things like this set us back. Even if it has nothing to do with what we did, it's somebody in our community who kind of set us back by having things like this happen.
Exactly. Like this is the thing that someone who has no idea what streamers do and content creators do will see an article on this and be like, oh, that's what they do.
Okay, but going back to it, that doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect PBat or Fats or me or anyone in this chat or anyone listening to the podcast. If some random third party doesn't know what Twitch is, sees only this thing and judges us based on that, this is not a person that we care about anyway. And it goes back to the same cam girl bullshit that has been going around for years. A girl who shows her boobs on stream over and over, not the nipples, just the cleavage, right? If a person wants to watch her because her boobies are out, that wasn't your viewer anyway. And if you honestly think that your viewership is going to suffer because these people exist, you're all full of shit.
Okay,
Leah has nothing to do with any of us.
We're not saying
I'm just saying we cover events that happen on Twitch. It is an event that happened on Twitch. It's within our community.
It's
the same way we talk about if my neighbor's house got broken into.
It's not news. It's not news. This isn't news. It's just gotcha journalism. It's bullshit.
Well, then here's the thing then. And, for example, what Leah said about terminal kids, right? Absolutely awful. It's disgusting. But, like, how does that affect us? Right.
See, that affects me because I'm raising money for St. Jude, and that could have been someone saying, I was going to donate, but my favorite streamer said that it's stupid and that these kids are going to die and that I shouldn't. So I'm not going to.
Do you think a lot of people are actually going to do that? And because I think 99% of people have common sense. They knew what she said was absolutely ridiculous. And the people who would actually believe something like that she said, I doubt they would donate anyway.
I don't entirely agree because I mean, if you watch my stream during the St. Jude or the Allied fundraisers, a lot of the donations that came in were me influencing, saying like, look how many people are donating. Where's your 3? Right. Put your name on it. I want to see you join this train. It's the donation trains, and it's the influence that we give. That's very important. Now, her showing her vagina on the stream is not influencing anything to me. It doesn't take votes out of ballot boxes. It doesn't change people's opinions about vaginas.
It takes dicks out of pants.
The only conversation, maybe actually, the only conversation that should be happening is, should we allow our streamers to get that drunk on stream? Because that creates a
then there's your
world of bad
relevancy.
influence. Right?
I can agree with that.
And
I think we
it.
should. I think we should,
but that's
to a
the
reasonable
only
amount.
conversation. Whether or not she should be banned for showing her vagina, I don't think is a relevant topic of conversation for anyone except for the people who work at Twitch. The only conversation the community has, like, she may have put herself in a situation where she was a harm to herself or others, and thus influenced teenagers who might go out and do the same thing. That is the only thing in my eyes that should matter, and anything else is just gotcha journalism bullshit that I don't want to be a part of.
All right, well then there's your relevancy, right? Right there. The fact that, like, we should be talking about drinking on stream, right? Do we want this to be an open platform where people can do whatever, where people can get fucked up and do and say whatever they want? It's difficult because it's, again, new, and because people are doing it in their homes. Like, that's worth talking about. Is that crazy? Or did I not phrase that properly? You're all like...
One more time. All
right, so I'm saying, like, because of the fact that, yeah, we should be talking about people getting fucked up, right? That is the logical discussion topic to you. This is the platform, an emerging... Again, I still think it's a truly emerging platform, of which we are a part, and we want to define how the future... Like, by talking about, like, the things that are affecting it... God damn it, I fucked this up now.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's relevant to us because we're on the same platform, and because these rules also govern us.
Okay.
And, like, if we want... Do we want the platform to be open? Do we want people to be able to do whatever? Do we want people to be able to drink and have a good time? I could imagine this podcast, like, if we all had, like, a drink or two in us, it would be a little bit funnier. Like, that's a potential outcome here. That's a thing we could do. Do we want to preserve our ability to do that? The ability to express ourselves? Fucking Leah, she just got it from the chair from the fucking side, right? Like, I'm not phrasing this right, but I think the people who understand me understand me.
I think I'm starting to get what you're saying.
I mean, I don't understand
I'm starting to understand it.
Yeah.
To me, I just don't see how her making this slip is anyone's conversation except for Twitch's. If everyone out there is so fucking offended by a vagina, then I encourage you all to stop using the internet.
The internet's just one big old pussy.
I mean, for a lot of guys, that is accurate.
I don't think the topic of this was just, oh, it's a vagina, I'm afraid of those.
It's, oh, she keeps slipping and she keeps making these mistakes, but, like, it's her stream. It's Twitch's decision whether or not to let it go. And a large part of the user base is only mad because they feel like there's a double standard for Leah. And while I understand that that's relevant, it shouldn't affect you. You know, Louis C.K., I'm not a big fan of his comedy a lot of the times. I think he just is edgy for the sake of being edgy. But he said one thing that is very important to me, and that's you should never look into your neighbor's bowl unless it's to see if they have enough. So whatever she's doing is her business. And if on Twitch she's affecting the rules, it should be Twitch's business.
We looked into her upside-down bowl.
but for everyone else out there, you should be doing your own thing. And if you're so offended by Leah, you have the ability to not watch her stream. And I encourage it.
All right. I'll say this. I think you should be able to do whatever you want on stream. You should be able to drink within reason. The issue
within reason.
Within reason, I do.
Sure.
Yeah, I do think
that's dictated by the TOS.
Okay, fine. The thing I want to say to Twitch is, like, how will you define that? How will you define where the line is? How do you police someone in their own home?
It. You know, when they're a danger to themselves or others on stream, and you can't use drinking as a method for raising funds. Like, plenty of streamers, like, every time I get a donation, I'll take a shot. Like, dude, you are actually hurting everyone right now. Like, that is a terrible, terrible influence that you're creating.
All right, we could go on again with the people versus dmbrandon. We may get that to court in the future.
Court case.
For now, we need to wrap things up. PBat, you had a hypothetical last week that I didn't let you use. Do you still have it?
I do not remember what it was.
Oh my!
If you guys could be a Star Fox character, which one would you be, and why would it be Slippy? Right? Because he's a frog, bro.
I just want to stick to wall.
Oh, fats don't. That's such an unfunny meme. I hate it.
It's so funny.
What did you say?
It.
Wait, what?
Here come that boy. Oh shit, what up?
Is that? Wait, what are you even saying?
I hate that. It's the frog.
So
it's the frog.
stupid.
Wait, explain.
It's the frog on the unicycle.
I
hate it.
I like memes that make no sense.
Okay.
Like, my favorite meme is is boy, you about to do it. Like, it's so stupid.
I don't even know that one.
It's a picture of Mike Wazowski running. Like he's in a panic because somebody's about to do something. He got to stop it.
All right. I got a hypothetical. Given the normal course of your streaming, which part of you is most likely to slip?
What?
Wait,
Pause.
I don't
I
understand
see
that.
what you mean. I see what
Yeah.
you mean.
Pause for laughter.
Actually, I purposely position my camera so that my crotch is never shown on stream.
Okay. So what is most likely to slip?
Even when I stand up, I mean nothing. I won't slip.
Okay.
I would
Pants
literally
might not
have
be
to
on.
knock my monitor over.
Yeah, I won't slip because I mean I
There's no
have.
slip.
Yeah, no, I mean I always switch to my break screen before I even get up. So.
You know, I was actually just
Actually,
talking about
Sam-
your break screen.
Oh, thanks, man.
A company that I talk to sometimes for sponsorship reasons that I'm not going to mention right now. They said, like, what do you think about commercials and break screens and things like that? I'm like, they're like, do you have any like examples of great break screens? I'm like, you got to go to PBat stream and just watch that shit on loop because it's dope. And he even has Shaq be like, PBat will be right back. Like, what the fuck is that?
That guy's such an asshole too.
Hey, what are you not?
Shaq,
what do you mean he's an
is
asshole?
Shaq is a known asshole.
No, he's not.
He's like the first tweeter and the first. He's like known to be terrible to people in public and to fans.
I have never once seen this be mentioned
I've
ever.
heard he
What?
was making
I-
shit
No.
up. I've never heard
Everyone
of this.
knows Shaq's an asshole.
What are you
All right,
saying?
the
Clearly
hypothetical
no.
this week. What is the worst thing Shaq has ever done?
Made me a break
Okay.
screen.
He is mean to his servers in restaurants and embarrasses his friends.
Is this
Can you
is this
show
Ditto
proof
with
or-
PBat or what?
No, it's just a known thing. I might be confusing him with another guy, but the way you
You
guys are
are!
reacting, there's no I
You
am.
are.
Oh, am I thinking of Brandon? No, all right.
Go ahead, say it
Definitely
again.
not Shaq. You're wild.
No, it is Shaq. I'm pretty sure it's Shaq. Alex. He can't hear me. All right, he knows. He would.
Cats can't talk.
It's my boyfriend.
That's weird.
Alex,
You should
Alex.
be dating a cat.
Alex,
that's
Shaq-
interspecies, bro.
Shaquille O'Neal is known to be an asshole, right?
No.
He says he has no idea. All right,
All of the cats
All
say
right.
the same thing as well. I think you're mixing it up with another black guy.
all right.
Racist.
And that's the hypothetical for this week, everybody. All right, so thank you all for tuning into the show. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Smatter. Brandon's at JuiceDM,
Don't
D-I-E-M. Don't follow him. Fats at ZooFats. PBat at PaperbatVG. We will be back next week. Overwatch launches fucking tomorrow for early access people at 7 o'clock
7
Eastern.
EST.
Look for all of our streams with that. That'll be really fun. We'll be back next week with more content and maybe the trial of the people versus PBat. It's nostalgia. That was the title of the court case?
Yes.
Whatever. It's not the episode title.
It was the people versus Paper Bats nostalgia.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you.